What it do, baby?
Yo,
You
yo.
know, it's been a minute, but we're back. And, after a great NBA season, the finals is finally here. We got the
Yes,
Phoenix
sir.
Suns. I'm repping the jersey versus the Milwaukee Bucks.
Woo!
I don't know what kind of garbage Dav's repping over there, but it's all good.
Let's go, baby.
So yeah, we're just gonna give you guys a little finals preview today. So let's get right into it. Dav, you want to start off your prediction for the series?
Bro, I predicted Bucks in 7 versus Nets. I predicted Hawks in 5 or 6 against the Bucks in 6 or 5 against the Hawks. And I will be predicting Bucks in 6 against the Suns.
Bucks in 6?
I've been right 3 times in a row. I'm getting this one right too. I'm telling you right now, Bucks in 6. Depending on the Giannis injury, we'll get into that in a second. But depending on the Giannis injury, Bucks in 6.
With Giannis injured, I think if you guys are gonna win the series, I think it will be 7 games.
Do you think so?
At best, that's probably the only scenario you guys win.
Oh, really?
Before that, as a pretty big Suns fan, I was actually I'm not even trying to gas myself up, but I picked them to go to the finals. If you guys watched that last bid,
that's true.
I was big on those. They were my dark horse pick at the beginning of the year, and yeah, I think there's only one right answer. I got the Suns in 4 this series.
Suns in 4?
I think they're the hottest.
Wow.
They're the hottest team in the league right now. They've just been dominating their competition, and yeah, they got the fans too. Suns in 4 fans a legend. Pretty inspirational to the NBA community.
That's true.
I'm going Suns in 4.
Wow. Yo, that's crazy. I want you to keep that same energy. You're not going to be calling the Suns.
I'll keep that same energy.
You're not going to be calling. Let me get this straight before we get into our points. You're not going to be calling the Suns trash when the Bucks sweep their asses, are you?
The Suns aren't trash though. When the Bucks,
okay, but when the Bucks beat the Suns, I hope I hear you. Congratulating the Bucks and not saying the Suns are garbage.
Because now the Bucks are finally playing a healthy team. They beat up they beat up on injured teams the whole playoffs. So now it's going to be a real test.
Speaking of injuries, let's get into our key factors as to the key reasons of success as to why the Bucks, I believe, will win it, or the Suns, for you, believe will win it. I'll start off with mine. I have 3 key reasons right here. Key reason number 1, Giannis becoming healthy. Giannis is an absolute demon. He's a superhuman. I can't believe that somehow he's recovered from this grotesque injury that he suffered in the game 4, I believe, of the Hawks-Bucks series. He's gonna be back. He's a freaking Superman, like I said on my Instagram stories. I know you follow those all the time. You're staying up with that.
Bag. He has no bag.
Oh, okay. But anyways, Giannis becoming healthy is reason number 1. I have every reason to believe he will. Man was dancing on the sidelines. He was giving us that salsa when Jeff Teague hit those threes. So I believe he'll be back soon. Key reason number 2, Coach Bud making good adjustments, especially when Giannis is on the court. If Bud coaches like he did in Game 5 and 6, we have a hell of a team. And key reason number 3, Chris Middleton being the Kobe Bryant to Giannis's Shaquille O'Neal.
Don't even try comparing Chris Middleton to
Chris
Kobe
Middleton
Bryant,
has been sensational.
Don't even put those 2 names in the same sentence, bro.
It is okay. I will agree with you. I will agree with you, but it is simply an analogy. It is simply an analogy. Just stick with me here. Stick with me here. I believe that if Chris Middleton plays like he did in Game 5 and 6, this series could be over as soon as 5.
Wow. But
so those are my 3 key reasons.
That's fair. I think Chris Middleton, he drops 20 points in 1 quarter and you forget how to act,
Oh,
that's
really?
what it kind of seemed like. So it kind of seems like right now, Bud, at the end of the day, Bud's like a bum. But I do agree, he has made some good adjustments, so I will give him credit there and respect.
Respect.
I'm not going to slander him more because he's already received enough hate from the NBA.
He has.
So yeah, those are some fair points, for Bucks, Bucks in 7 if it was going to happen. But as we know, Phoenix is going to win. And 3 reasons why I think Phoenix is going to win. Number 1, they have confidence. They've been battle tested. Right off the bat, they played the LA Lakers first round. The Clippers dodged them. A lot of teams dodged them.
That's true.
Phoenix was stepped right up to the plate, took the challenge on. They were excited to play them. They beat them, and I think after they beat LA, that gave them a whole bunch of confidence. And I think that's carried over. And subsequently, that's why we've seen them. I think it's fair to say that they've been the hottest team in the playoffs. This playoffs.
I agree.
Number 2, Devin Booker. He's not afraid to step up to big moments. I think he's this generation's Kobe Bryant. he's a top 3 favorite player for me.
Oh, so now you want to compare someone to Kobe Bryant?
D-Book is way better than Chris Middleton.
I don't know if the numbers show that. I don't know if the numbers show that.
You're saying Chris Middleton's better than Devin Booker right now.
I just don't. All I'm saying is I don't know if the numbers show that. That's it. Carry on.
Chris Middleton's not even on the same level as Devin Booker, bro.
Okay.
Devin Booker is heads and shoulders above Chris Middleton. Like Devin Booker on his worst day is better than Chris Middleton on his best day.
Keep that same energy. That's all I gotta say.
So that's number 2, and number 3 is because Phoenix is probably the only team. I know CP3 went out, not dealing with injuries. At the end of the day, injuries are part of the game. The Bucks, if Giannis was healthy, maybe they stood a chance. But even if he comes back, that was a pretty gruesome injury. He can put on a front and act like he's still fine. But, I know he's not fine because he could have easily torn his ACL. So I think, you talk about him salsa and on the sidelines, I think that's all front and for show. Try to instill some fake hope and confidence in the Bucks fan base. But yeah, I think without Giannis healthy, and CP3 back in the fold, I think he only missed 2 games because of COVID protocols. Him being the leader on this team. Also, the Bucks do not have any finals experience. Phoenix does not either. To be straight
Jay Crowder.
Up fair.
They got Jay Crowder.
And Jay Crowder, I think, if he can step up and guard Giannis when he comes back, if he comes back, then I don't see Milwaukee winning it all. And especially without Giannis, like they don't stand a chance against this Phoenix team.
Well, we both touched on Giannis, and he is obviously the best player standing left. He's the superstar of the finals. I think we can both agree on that. He's the best player remaining.
If you define it, if a superstar cannot have a bag, then yeah, I'll agree.
Okay, whatever you say. But anyways, speaking of him, what is your predictions? You say he's fronting. When do you think he'll come back if he does?
I'll probably say like game 2 or 3, maybe.
Okay.
I'll go with game 3.
Game 3.
I think what's going to happen is they're not going to try to rush him back because that would be stupid for his career, even though it's very high stakes. But yeah, I think game 2, I think Phoenix will win games 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Then they'll get nervous, and then Giannis will be like, nah, I'm playing. So yeah, I'm going to say game 3. And the thing is, I don't think even if he comes back, he's not going to be at 100%. So I think that's still going to impact. So he's definitely going to have to watch out for him. Yeah. And hopefully not like re-injure anything as well, because regardless of when he comes back, he's going to be playing with a wrist. Yeah, wow. You think he's gonna be back for game 1? Eh?
No, I don't, okay. And I hope he doesn't. I don't want to see him step foot on the court game 1. I will be very upset if he does. I don't care if we come out with a win or a loss that game. Like this man cannot play game 1. My prediction is that he comes back game 2. Okay. That gives him at least a full week of treatment, all that kind of stuff, like reducing inflammation in his left knee, and I think he'll come back on a minute restriction. Mm-hmm. I do think that the Bucks have a very good chance of falling down 0-2, but this team has gone through so much adversity this offseason. So, I believe that we can turn around an 0-2 loss and turn this into Bucks in 6, which is what I said, and make it a reverse sweep. So, yeah, that's my prediction. Game 2 with minute restriction.
Okay, I was going to say a lot about reverse sweeps, eh?
I do. Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree with that too. I think it's pretty interesting to note too that the schedule. So I think only games 1 and 2, there's a 2-day break, and then after that they have 3 games in between every game. So yeah, it's kind of, I think if they can survive, like if they can split game 1 and 2, I think Milwaukee and Giannis gets that 3-day rest between games 2 and 3 before he comes back. I think that would be ideal for him.
Yeah, if the Bucks somehow steal a game on the road with no Giannis, that is a massive W, and I know Phoenix are going to be shaking in their boots when they come back to our home crowd and they hear our
what
fans.
Home crowd, bro?
You know what home crowd?
You guys are having,
what home crowd? The same crowd that beat the Brooklyn Nets, the same crowd that beat the Miami Heat, the same crowd that beat the Atlanta Hawks on their way to this finals.
The Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks go celebrate beating the Atlanta Hawks with Trae Young. Anyways, but like with you guys too, I'm just saying, for example, I see you guys outside the arena. I think you guys called it. You guys are trying to copy the Raptors and our version of Jurassic Park. You guys are calling it Deer Valley, which is straight up what kind of soft name is that? Jurassic Park sounds legit.
I'll give you that.
You guys are Deer Valley, who's scared of deer? You know what I mean?
Nah, I'll give you that. It's a bit of a sus name. I can't lie. You guys have a perfect name, Raptors, dinosaurs, Jurassic Park. It makes sense. Perfect. We could use some improvement on our name.
Yeah, but anyways, it's still good to see the fans out there. And
yeah, for sure. I love seeing fans back in the stadium. That's great. I hope to see them back in football soon, like soccer, European soccer. But that's a side point. What was I gonna say? Moving on to another quick hot take here. coach versus coach, how important is a difference in coach going to be this series to you?
Well, I think the big part with how they're like no finals experience, like not a lot on either side, is going to play a big role with the coach. Like the coaches are going to have to kind of help their players more because they're not going to really have like superstars per line who've been there before who know what it takes to win a championship. So I think coaches will definitely play a big part, and mostly probably just for defense because, I think both teams, like for example, the Phoenix Suns, like it's going to be Bud being able to stop D-Book. I think if they that's probably their big key to when they just have to stop D-Book, not let him go off.
Yeah.
Phoenix is also got a really good 3-point shooting team as well, so limit the threes. And yeah, I guess for the Bucks, if Giannis doesn't play, they're not going to stand a chance. So I think all Monty Williams has to do is learn how to shut down Giannis. Maybe force him into some threes.
I agree. I agree. I think that
not some free throws because I don't want to be watching games for like 4 hours. Yeah.
Man, you came out with all these roasts today. Damn. But anyways, no, I agree with you. I think that if we're comparing the coaches real quick, I think that obviously Monty Williams is a better coach. Like we both predicted him to win the coach of the year. So like no surprise to my mind. Bud did make great adjustments. I hope to see that carry on. But the Bucks are notoriously known for being horrendous in game 1 and 2 of a series. So I don't expect him to get off to a hot start. But I do think, like you said, Bud's biggest thing or biggest strategy should be limiting the threes, stop packing the goddamn paint because that's not going to work against this team, and stop the Brook Lopez drop coverage because you are going to get torched by Devin Booker and Chris Paul.
Yeah.
The 2 best mid-range shooters in the goddamn league, they're going to be hunting Brook Lopez. And if that happens, the game will be over like that. So that is what I think about Bud. I hope that he looks at the goddamn film and realizes what I just said to him. But well, we'll see in all due time.
Yeah, no, honestly, I definitely like D-Book torched the Clippers because they play drop coverage with like Zubac and stuff, and definitely they don't want to be playing drop coverage with Dirty Brook.
Not at all. But anyways, in the last point of today's talk, our X factors, who we think that the players that are low key are going to have to step up big time and make sure that they're playing at their best to help their team get a chip. And for me, it's Bryn Forbes. Bryn Forbes was absolutely fantastic against the Miami Heat. He gave us all that Bucks culture. He brought the crowd out. And if he can shoot like he did in the Series 1, it's lights out for Phoenix Suns. I hope he finds that form because it's been missing in the Nets series and the Hawks series. He's been terrible, to be honest with you. I really hope he can find his form back. Make a couple shots. You see it sinking. As a shooter, you know how it feels. You see one shot sink, and everything just feels a lot better. So I hope that he gets that mentality back. And with that, we'll be well on our way.
Yeah. I'm going to go – I wanted to say Cameron Payne, but the only thing is with CP3 back, and I think when CP3 goes off, Campaign comes in, Devin Booker's just going to carry. So even if he goes off, I don't really see it having as big as an effect. I'm going to go my X Factor player is DeAndre Ayton, especially since the Bucks have a lot more size. I think he needs to play big. Phoenix doesn't really have much size other than him. They have really good athletic wings in Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson off the bench. But I think DeAndre Ayton really needs to step up, especially if they go small with Jay Crowder at the 4. And I think if he can kind of neutralize or outperform Brook Lopez and hopefully even maybe take on Giannis if the Bucks decide to go small, I think he basically just needs to dominate the paint, and I think if he can take care of that, then the Suns should be fine because that's where their biggest weakness is. So,
yeah, I agree 100%. DeAndre Ayton, big name on the team, but yeah, he's definitely gonna be the X factor. And the size point you brought up is very important as well.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, that wraps up this talk. An NBA Finals 2021 preview finished. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.